Hello, this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. This video is for Torrin in New York. Okay, so here is our car here, 99 S500. So we're gonna go and do overview what's going on underneath the vehicle. So of course we're going to do our ball joints because they're squeaking. So they're already, as you can see, sprayed with lubricants so they can be undone easier. You can see the rubber is splitting. It's not good, of course. So that's the ball joint situation. Now the upper control arms, those are cracked. I don't know if the camera pick them up, but I don't know if you can see that, but they are cracked, all right. So we're gonna replace those. Now, and the general situation under the vehicle. Now, first, we have our lower control arms. They're not in the best shape of their life. And also, for some reason, I don't know what happened there, but somebody over tightened it. As you can see how the line is off. Like, let's see if I mean, I'm against the sun. Okay, here. So I'm gonna show you another vehicle. As you can see, it's crushed. Yeah, somebody over tightened this really hard, unless maybe they put bushings in and they're not right bushings, I don't know, but the control arms are original. These bushings are worn out because the control arm is completely against the stop, so, and it moves very freely. The idler arm is also original. This is moving. There's a play in it, but I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but it is moving. So that's in terms of that. So let me show you another car. For example, this is a 98. So you can see the difference with a normal control arm. As you can see, the line over here is straight. And if you look at the threads, you see you have like maybe 4 to 5 threads on this bolt. Okay. So, and the control arm, these are going to be replaced because the bushings are bad and these are soft. So they're gonna go. The idler is already replaced on this car, and tie rods and all that. So, and going back on your car, if you look at your line, you got completely bent. I don't know what the hell happened here. The bolt, for some reason, does not stick out here a lot. On this side, it sticks out a lot. I don't know, just bizarre situation. I didn't do it, so I don't know what was going on. All right, so next thing, engine mounts, they seem to be okay. They don't seem to be blown, but they're still okay. All right, so I can still feel with my finger some depth to them, so they're not hanging on the frame yet. And the usual problem with our oil level sender, you see right there, the O-rings, and this oil just keeps going all around here. That's your engine oil from that little thing. Up here we have a little bit of engine oil coming as well, but that's from the front timing cover. Upper portion is just a little bit oil coming down on this side. Steering box is leaking. The steering gear, as you can see, you got fluid just coming out from here. You got, you know, it's all basically wet. So that is, I mean, I don't know if you want to rebuild it or replace it, but that's that steering. Now the electrical connector, as you remember, a couple of years ago when I did the computer, the electrical connector seems a little damped, so transmission service is needed and connector needs to be replaced because I emptied out computer from transmission fluid because it was filled up with fluid. Going further, over here, nothing really significant except for that's our shifter linkage that has to be, the bushing has to be replaced up front. Transmission mount is low, but it's still more or less hanging. It's not touching the frame yet, it's just low. Exhaust joints are in poor shape. As you can see, they're all rusting away. So that's the exhaust. It's not leaking yet, but because they're so rusted together, but it's still not leaking. But as you can see, pieces just falling off, and this one is cracked, and this one is cracked. Going further, it's really close here to the frame, okay, the exhaust, because this thing broke off. So I might be able to maybe put a little reinforcer over here, weld it back in, just so we have a little more support for the time being. So maybe I'll prop the exhaust upwards, weld it, and then let it go. So let the rubber do its job. So let it just hang down here. Because exhaust is in kind of poor shape, as you can see. It's like, it's just, you know, rusting away. As you can see, it's just falling right off. Right, and then, well, in the end over here, we see a lot of wetness. If you see, all of this is wet. Exhaust is wet. As you can see, all of this is wet. The tips basically rusted off completely. The problem with the wetness, this is kind of a significant problem because it's coming out from hydraulic line right there. So you can see it, it's rusting away. You see the drip. Once pressure applied, you got the fluid leaking. And the problem with that is because the pipes are so old, this is the pipe that is leaking, this one right here, and it has a junction over there. I sprayed them. I sprayed them with lubricant. I don't know if you can see those junctions over there. Those, they're in really bad shape. As you can see, they're really corroded. I don't know if they will undo, because that's pretty bad. So that is pretty much all for now. That's all I see. The struts, they look dry. The links in the back all look fine. We already checked them out. Seem to be okay. And the same here. Everything is wet over here, so that's not good. The bushings are gonna get softer and they're basically gonna disintegrate. So obviously, leak has to be dealt with. This is the puddle from the hydraulic fluid leaking. That's not good. So this is basically, for now, is all I see with this vehicle. So that's where we are. I mean, I'll show you, because I have both cars. You see, this is normal, dry vehicle. Nothing is leaking from hydraulic system, as you can see. Here's our hydraulic valve. Also get in there, you know, like hoses and all. Also pretty kind of rusty looking hoses out there, but it's not leaking, so we'll let it be. But again, the exhaust on this one is also messing around. So I mean, exhaust very rusty. This is actually better condition than the one that you have, but still. So going back to your car, this is basically all I see for now. This is basically what needs to be done. So I'll send you this video so you can take a look at it, and then we can make a game plan of what we're doing here. I don't know if the fuel filter was ever replaced. It appears to be so, because I think the clamp is not original Mercedes clamp. See that clamp right there? I'm not sure. I can take a look at it just to see if we need to replace or fuel filter. It's good to replace. It hasn't been leaking coolant, as you said, because I don't see any drips of coolant. That's the pipe for the overflow. Where is it? That little pipe right there. That's the overflow. So when it leaks, whatever moisture you see, this moisture is from spraying bolts with lubricant. That's the pipe from your overflow tank. Front springs look good, not cracked on the bottom bases. So, and the pan over here is all, like the cover is all dry, so there's nothing leaking up front, I mean up above. Links are good, everything else is good. The rotors are actually a little low. You can see deep grooves already in them. Let's see if I can focus. There's a deep groove, so they're probably better off to be replaced. Okay, this is actually getting very thin. That's not really good. I don't know if I can show you. Okay, maybe from this angle you can see the groove and the thickness of the rotor. This is not a healthy rotor, I'll tell you that. You can see the thickness of the rotor is getting there. It's becoming very, very thin. That's kind of like already sort of to a dangerous point. I wouldn't, with the wheels like this size, you wanted to have nice brakes. The rear ones are actually okay. The rear pads are half-life, and the rotors are actually pretty thick. But the fronts, it's kind of iffy. I would change them. So this is basically all for now. So we got that covered, and you'll see the video and we'll talk about it. It's on the lift, ready to go for ball joints and arms, control arms, upper control arms, and the rest, we'll see what we're gonna do. All right, so this is Victor at historiamercedes.com. Thank you for watching.